So, you want to hear another story, huh? One where the very fate of Pandora hangs in the balance? If not, too bad, I'm telling you anyway.
Greetings, subjects. This is your Overlord. So, I got Borderlands 2. My brother had to walk through a torrential downpour to pick this up for me, which I'm extremely grateful. And I took it home as soon as he gave it to me, and I played it. Um, I'm happy that I can now play Borderlands solo without getting bored again. Um, I love the original Borderlands. It's a great game. You spend days of your time on it, and it's really fun. But, I've started the campaign over like 5 times on that game, and I found myself not having fun when I'm by myself. So, I usually only play Borderlands 1 with friends, but I'm gonna not make that mistake on this one. I'm gonna stick with the character that you see in this video until I beat the game, and then start over, and that way I won't be bored of it before I finish the game. But what a game this is. Everything I loved from the original is back, and better than ever. And that line was a bit cliche, but it's 100% true. The gunplay is smoother and more visceral feeling, especially the sniping. I could easily see online multiplayer working in this game, something I could never have said about the first one, because it always just felt like the guns didn't have any kind of they didn't pack any kind of punch in the first one. But this one, everything feels powerful and it feels good in your hands, and it's just, they did such an improvement. And you'll see me, with a pistol and with a sniper rifle throughout this video, and it felt so good to be using those guns, and I'm still at like the beginner area. I'll see how good the human multiplayer aspect works when I get to duel somebody, but I do have high hopes that it'll be a lot more fun than the random shotgun melee fest that was the first game. The menus have graphically improved a lot. I've never been a huge fan of the Borderlands menus, but they work. They accomplish the task that they're trying to. And that's really all that matters. But now they have some graphical flair. You get to see your character on the side of the screen. You can kind of move the menu around a little bit, which doesn't seem to have a huge purpose, but it was useful for me because the TV I play on is a 13-inch, and anything smaller than a 20-inch does not display the entire game on the screen. So being able to move the menu meant it was easier to kind of like get a view of what the buttons did at the bottom, because sometimes those would be cut off the screen. So it's useful to me, but I don't really know exactly how useful that would be overall. But they are less dreary now, and they're more pretty and entertaining to look at. As for the overall graphics, they aren't much different than they used to be. You can kind of see the tweaks and improvements if you look for it, but they aren't in your face about it. They're not like, look, it's a new game, we made it super shiny and it's different. Borderlands has a style that works, and they kept that style right down to the misspelled piss off signs. I haven't seen a whole lot of the guns yet. This footage was taken from about my first 2.5 hours of gameplay or so, but I was a tad disappointed that they don't seem much different than the first game. The characters and stuff, the colors seem brighter and clearer, and the designs seem to be fairly inspired of the various equipment and buildings and whatnot. But the guns seem about the same. Uh, they don't really seem graphically that much different. And in general, they don't seem that much different. They made this big deal about the guns there being more guns and bigger improvements and cooler guns, and I don't know, I just felt like I was using the same guns from the first game, which isn't a horrible thing, except that, I don't know, I was expecting more, but they did feel different in my hands, like when I was shooting and stuff. So that's cool. Maybe I'll be proven wrong as the game progresses, and there'll be better guns. The characters still look and feel like Borderlands characters. They've got that style that goes so well with the game, which is, generally a good thing. But I despise the design of Salvatore the Gunzerker. I'm not really quite sure exactly what puts me off about him, but I cannot stand looking at him. He makes me want to hit something. I don't know what it is. So I'm really glad that if you play Borderlands 1, you can unlock a helmet that covers his face, which is nice. I do like that you can change the head option, the head changing option, to different helmets. Hopefully there will be more than just the 4 that I started with, which I guess is 3 plus the 1 from playing the first Borderlands. But, I don't know, I kind of enjoyed the one that I picked. It felt something that I could stick with, so it doesn't really matter if there's more. I was a little disappointed that couldn't change individual colors like certain stripes and stuff like in the first game, but I do understand why they did it that way, because the way the interchangeable heads work, it's easier to just program interchangeable costumes as well rather than individual colors. Plus it allows for like the special costumes for playing the first game and whatever. It makes it easier that way. So I understand why they did it. I just was kind of sad about it, but it doesn't take anything away from the game really. It was just a minor gripe. I feel like I need to mention the humor.
Or they would if any of them were still alive, or had existed in the first place. Oh, I've got something for you. Here, take this echo communicator that I totally didn't loot from one of these corpses.
Because I said that they improved upon everything from the original, and I was not lying. The script is much funnier and better written than the first one was, and I liked that one. I mean, the starting Claptrap has all the personality and fun that the old ones did, but he's gained a sense of humor along the way.
Well done! Your ability to walk short distances without dying will be Handsome Jack's downfall.
Which makes it so much better. Never once did I ever hear him say something and not smile at it. I was amused the entire time he was around. I actually found myself missing him anytime I had to do a mission without him. So, Gearbox, if you're listening, please give me a permanent Claptrap companion as DLC. Just saying. I also like the way that the game kind of poked fun at itself.
The Bullymong is injured. Now deliver the coup de grace with your man. I apologize, I wasn't clear enough. You see, you'll need to kill the Bullymong with a melee attack in order to harvest its fur. Sure, you could try to steal the fur from a Bullymong's dead body, but where's the fun in that? Blatantly unreasonable requests. Oh!
Which is a refreshing rarity among games. They kept things from the first game that people kind of made fun of, and then they just made fun of them themselves, which is nice. I like that sense of humor bleeds into the actual game itself rather than just the characters. All in all, after about 2.5 hours of gameplay, I find very little negative to say about this game right now. I mean, I'm sure I'll burn out on it before I get to experience all the characters, but that's okay. As long as I can finish it once, I'll be happy. Because, you know, I'm thoroughly enjoying this game right now, and I haven't really seen... I guess I should mention the mini-map. You know, it's there. They make a kind of a big deal about mentioning it. And, I don't know, I was using it a lot when I was playing. But I didn't even notice it was there. It's like, it was so seamless. It's so seamlessly integrated. You know. And it kept the same map design that the original had. That I just didn't even notice that there was a mini-map going on. And I just kind of... I don't know, it works. They did a really good job the way they integrated that in. So congratulations on that for them. Once again, I say I'm thoroughly enjoying this game right now, and you guys can expect a few more fun in the Borderlands videos from me in the future. Just because I enjoy playing it, and I'll probably record some while I play it. And it'll be nice to break up the monotony of all the series that I'm doing. So, have a nice day, and buy this game.